Hello? Getting all set up here. One moment. Hi. Hello, I'm Sheila Thigpen, and I am the creator of the blog Life Loving Good Food. I'm happy to be here today on the UT Alumni Facebook page, live in action. What I wanted to do today was share with you a little bit about my journey to becoming a food blogger. I graduated from the University of Tennessee from the College of Communications in 1985 with a degree in journalism. Prior to graduating, though, I had gotten a part-time job at a little company in downtown Knoxville called 1330 Corporation, which was the brainchild of a couple of other UT graduates, Chris Whittle and Philip Moffitt, who went on to become quite famous. While I was at UT, it was during the days of Dr. Kelly Leiter and June Adamson and DeForest Jackson, and it was just great fun. But as a college graduate with a degree in journalism, working at this fun and hip company downtown in Knoxville called 1330, I had aspirations of joining the editorial team, but found out quickly that I had some very good affinity for project management. And so my path took a different direction while I was at Whittle, and I started grew into becoming the editorial production manager and a liaison between the creative teams, print management, and editorial production, which included in that day typesetting, paste up, and the camera department. A far cry from where we are today with digital publishing. So way back when, that's what I was doing. So I was at Whittle for about 9 years. And if you know anything about the company, you know that eventually Whittle closed down, and the building that is in downtown Knoxville now, that is the federal courthouse, was actually the Whittle campus before the company closed. At that time, I was married, had 2 young children, and I decided it was a great time to be at home with my 2 daughters for a while, and that's what we did. After that, though, because Whittle had recruited so much creative talent to the area, a lot of startup companies popped up around Knoxville. There were new graphic design firms, there was new video production firms. A lot of the creative talent who came to Knoxville to work for Whittle Communications fell in love with the area and put down roots. Many of them went to work for Scripps Networks and HGTV, also located here in Knoxville. So after being home for a couple of years, I was contacted by a couple of people who had started a new firm to come and manage production for them and help them implement an electronic tracking system for their projects. So I worked there for several years, and then ended up going to another small firm and worked there several years. And my experience with projects was with a lot of national brands, managing projects and for their animations, videos, publish pieces, so instruction manuals, all that kind of thing. But I was not creating myself. And as our girls grew up and left the nest and also got degrees from the University of Tennessee, I wanted to do something different with my free time, and I started a food blog. First of all, it was for as a hobby to fuel my creative need, and also because I loved cooking. But then I soon found out that it could be much, much more than that. So the blog launched in 2014. The name of my blog is Life, Love, and Good Food, and I believe that it is linked in the comments on the event here. And I'm sorry I can't see them. But Life, Love, and Good Food started in 2014. And after a few years, I realized that there was more to this. I started going to food blog conferences, started talking to bigger and more successful food bloggers, and I found out that there was an opportunity here for me. It's a slow thing to get started, but for me it's been a very good thing, and now I am blogging full time. Since 2018, when I left my publishing career to be my own boss. So since then, because my blog has grown big enough to gather some attention, I've been contacted by publishers to do a couple of cookbooks. So in 2019, I wrote this cookbook. It's the 5-ingredient Fresh and Easy Cookbook. And I'm actually going to share a recipe with you today that comes from this book. And then this past year, during the pandemic, I was quite busy writing my second cookbook, the Easy Chicken Cookbook. So I'm very proud to have been able to do these, and never would I have thought I would be a cookbook author, but here I am. Both of these are available on Amazon if you want to take a look at them sometime in the future. So, and I thought I would answer a few questions that I get asked by some of my friends and family, because people don't really understand that I can make money, or food bloggers can make money by, cooking, taking a picture and putting it on the internet. But it's not quite that simple. There's a lot of work that goes around all of that. And you can make money if you work hard and if you're patient. My blog makes money because my traffic is large enough to support ad revenue, and I'm a member of an ad network, and they manage all of that, and I get a monthly salary from that, and it's wonderful. Also, food bloggers often will do sponsored posts for national brands, and I've had the opportunity to do that many times as well. That's also a supplement. The cookbooks help, and then there's just other different streams of revenue that many bloggers do through training, doing food photography for other people, for restaurants, and that sort of thing. So in the last 6 years that the blog has been in existence, I've gone from 0 to 90 in learning what it means to publish a blog and all the work that's involved with that. A food blogger has to be a food photographer, a food writer, a recipe developer, a marketing expert, an SEO expert, and you have to love what you're doing, because you have to be immersed in it. And I do love what I'm doing, and I enjoy it, and I think my husband enjoys it. He reaps the benefits when I'm testing recipes, and it's just been a lot of fun. So today I'm going to share with you a recipe for one of the items in my Fresh and Easy Cookbook, for a chopped kale salad with honey Dijon vinaigrette. And the Fresh and Easy Cookbook title says 5 ingredients, and that means that there are 5 main ingredients. things like salt, pepper, oils are not counted. So as we make this recipe, I'll let you, see that. And then I'm actually going to alter it a little bit from what's in the book and beef it up just a little bit. But this is a really tasty kale salad. It is nice and fresh for this time of year. So we're going to start with our kale. And I've already prepped some of this, so I have a lot of kale here. One of the things that we want is we want to make sure that it is chopped up pretty fine. So I don't know if you can tell here, but it's just really fine because, kale is a little bit thick and it's hard to chew. And when you get kale, you know that you need to take it off the stem. The stem part is not good for you here. I mean, you don't want to chew through that, but always take it off the stem. And then these pieces, I'm going to make sure that we chop them up really good because I want bite size, or really less than bite size, because I want this to be a very fine type of salad. This process can end up taking a long time, but a trick is to put them in a food processor, put your leaves in a food processor or a blender of some kind, and just let that do the work. And this is going to be noisy. I'm just going to chop it a little bit here. Until we have some smaller pieces to go into our salad. So you'll see that chopped it up very nicely. Okay, so this salad, 5 ingredients. Get the ones on top, they didn't get chopped. We're going to start. One ingredient is the kale. Another ingredient is going to be chopped salami. So this is a dry-aged Italian salami, very flavorful. And I like to chop it in really small cubes because, chopped salads that you get in a restaurant are going to have a lot of small cubes of food. So you want them to be bite-sized. So we're going to put about a cup of the dry-aged salami that's been chopped. And then one more ingredient that I left. Sorry. I also have a cup of sharp white cheddar cheese. It doesn't have to be white cheddar, but a sharp cheddar is a good combination with the salami. So we're going to add some, and I also cubed it, sharp cheddar. So it's going to make the salad pretty, and it's all going to be uniform. If you want to, you can use shredded cheese instead, but I'm going to start with this. And then, so those are 3 ingredients. We're going to make the dressing, and as I said before, the oils and vinegars don't count, but all that's in this dressing is a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and I like to use Trader Joe's because it's got a little bit of, it's the stone ground, and I just like the flavor of that. And then we're also going to put in some honey for sweetness in this dressing. So add the honey. And when you make a vinaigrette, you need some acid to go in, and we're going to use a couple of tablespoons of white wine vinegar with that. And I'm just going to whisk this up, and I'm trying to see so you can see. It's going to make a pretty yellow dressing here, the mustard and the honey. And then a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil to finish off our vinaigrette. I'm trying to see if I can get this so you can see. Hopefully, okay. So I'm going to pour this in slowly while I'm whisking. And as you do that, when you make a vinaigrette, you do this Whisk it quickly while you pour slowly so that the salad dressing becomes emulsified and that the oil and vinegar will not separate when you start using it on your salad. So just giving it a quick whisk. And keep going with this. So we want that to be mixed up really well. You can also make a vinaigrette in your blender. Just add all the ingredients and then whisk or pulse until it's all emulsified. And so I don't know if you can see, but this texture, it's not separated, so that's good. So the next thing we want to do is season with a little bit of sea salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon, and whisk that again. And then that's all there is to this dressing, and it's delicious with the saltiness of the salami and the cheddar cheese. And it's a very good complement to the rest of the items. Okay, so that's the basic recipe that you'll find in the Fresh and Easy Cookbook. So we're going to dress the salad and then add some fresh ground pepper on top, and you're done. But today I'm going to add a few other ingredients to this salad. You can get creative with it by choosing, I'm going to add some English cucumber that's also been cubed. So we're going to toss those in. I also found in my refrigerator some banana peppers and banana pepper rings. So I just used my kitchen shears to chop them up, toss those in as well. And then one of my very favorite ingredients for anything are Kalamata olives, and I've just cut them in half. These were pitted, and that's probably just about a 1/4 cup of those. So those are all the salad ingredients. Let me move this so we don't have any accidents. So now I'm just going to give my dressing a quick whisk again and toss the salad a little bit so the ingredients are mixed in there. And then what we want to, and I will show you here. See the salad? What we want to do is just pour enough of the dressing on to coat the greens. You, depending on how many greens you use, because this salad is very forgiving. I think I have 5 or 6 cups of chopped kale here, but you don't want to overdo because it will start to soak in and your salad dressing will end up in the bottom of the bowl. So go slowly at first, and then you can always save any extra salad dressing for later for another salad. This salad, one thing I like about this salad is that even after you dress it and put it in the fridge, it will keep for several days. So maybe up to 3 days. It's still tasty to eat right out of the refrigerator after being dressed with the dressing. So we're just gonna give that a quick toss, and I'll probably need to add a little bit more dressing because we've got a lot of leaves in here. So I'll add a little bit more and give it another quick toss. Okay, now, and that's all there is to it, except we are going to add a little fresh ground pepper on the top. And then you have dinner. I mean, you have protein, cheese, and some delicious greens for the new year. So that's all there is to this salad. All right, now I'm going to try and see if there are any comments or questions that I can answer. And I'm not sure I can see it there, so bear with me. Okay. And I'll probably need to add a little bit more dressing. All right, now I'm going to try and see if there are any comments or questions that I can answer. And I'm not sure I can see it there, so bear with me. All right. that's it. A fresh kale salad from my cookbook, the Fresh and Easy Cookbook, and the story of how I became a food blogger. I appreciate your time today and thank you for joining me. Happy New Year.